All right. So, Jill Widnes, it's great to see you again, even though we've never met in person. And I would like to just ask you a couple questions. So, if you could tell me, how did you first discover laughter yoga?
Well, it's always that big C, COVID. I did experience laughter yoga at a national convention out in Indianapolis. There was a laughter yoga instructor specialist, and she did a workshop for us at the Holistic Nursing Conference that I attended. And that I attended that in about, I think it was 16, something like that. And so I had just a little bit of it. And then for some reason, laughter yoga kept showing up, the people, and then I'd search on the internet, right? And I'm thinking, oh, I gotta have this modality into my toolbox, sooner or later. And then COVID happened and we were all locked down. And I just went online and found my friend Sarah here.
Well, and I am so delighted that you did. So, full disclosure, Jill did laughter yoga leader training with me on Zoom during COVID in 2020. I think it was the summer of 2020. And so, Jill, I just really want you to share with us some of the stories that you've shared with me over the years of how laughter has come into your life. What has it done for you? What kind of impact has it had?
It's done. The whole thing about having to do for me is the connection of people, right? You can take just a general, you could be out in public in general conversation, and it's made me really be more open. And I've never had problem talking to people. I can talk to strangers and everything else, but my husband tells me like this: you always leave people happier than when you met them.
That's so nice. And
because I ask questions and that, how's not just how's your day, have you laughed today, and it just brings out different aspects. What else I've tried too is, what's your name? How important is our name? And that opens up the conversation and find out. And I always say, what is that? What does your name mean? And that also happens and opens up those pieces. But COVID, Sarah, I found Sarah, like I said, on Facebook and started following you, right? Didn't I? And that's how we did it. And then she decided to go for it, right? To have a class online. Had you had it before, Sarah?
No, I had never done an online class.
Oh my gosh. And we had 6 wonderful ladies across the United States connected. I think the toughest part was not being face to face, because I never had that aspect, right?
Right.
But you, Sarah Ronneman, you can do it. You did this and got us certified. And I thought it was really interesting during our class and with the other gals, and just getting to know them. And then when we had to do our final, that we had to, do a laughter session. That was a little hard because we weren't face to face. But we did it, I think, and that just gave me more courage to say, this modality, this laughter yoga, I need to keep this going. And I've done it.
Tell us, how have you kept it going? How's that work?
Okay. By watching you all the time, I search out for laughter yoga, go International Laughter Yoga Day. I've, because of you, Sarah, and your Chocolate Thursdays, I've gifted laughter yoga sessions to other people, especially friends that had a really hard time and went into some deep depression. And so those perspectives, getting, like I said, getting Chocolate Thursdays with you going, and then sharing it with other people and sharing the gift of laughter more than anything else. And so as time goes on, and I use it and I pass it on, and I use it when I get together with my holistic nursing group, because we all have modalities, and some do Tai Chi and some do yoga and things like that. So Jill can come in there and really share the laughter yoga. And I noticed, I just had a retreat too, Sarah. Just the other day, we were at a Airbnb just outside of Duluth, and we did Tai Chi, and we had this, really nice meditation and that. But it was still heavy. And my perspective is, anything I do, I ask the question, does this make me feel heavier or does it make me feel lighter? And as soon as I do laughter yoga, it always just talk about all chakras and opening up the channels of energy. It's so good. And so that helps me to know that there is other things to help people feel happier, that we can still smile. We can do laughter yoga with the perspective of our breathing, which is meditation, with our childlike play, and of course our laughter. So Sarah, I don't know how many times a week I thank you for, and encourage me and be brave to do this, because it is such a gift, and we need to share the gift with others. And that's my really, amped in life, like that's my battery charger, it's like, and I find myself even, at a stop sign, some days you get a little tense and all you have to do is look in the mirror, or you just go, ha, ha, ho, ho, ha, ha, ho, or just sit there and clap, I mean, it's just unreal. It has helped my husband a lot because he's such a good sport and he just loves doing it with me. If we do it in the morning or 15 minutes and sometimes we even get into dancing in the morning because we're doing laughter yoga and we're moving.
So that's laughter inspires dancing. That's great. I love it.
It really does inspire dancing. So that's really good. So this winter, my husband and I, another perspective of laughter yoga, my husband and I go to winter in Florida. And I have sisters here in Duluth, and my youngest sister is 49 years old and she's mentally challenged. She's Down syndrome. So she lives with my sister. Well, she had to have a really, rebuilding her ankle. She had hurt it years back and it just needed to be redone. So she had surgery in December. Well, I'm a nurse. First and foremost, I'm a mom, a nurse, and grandma, laughter yoga. But anyway, I felt really bad because my sisters were here in Duluth. They literally moved into our house because they needed to have a house with no steps and that. So I was like, I need to connect with my sister on a daily basis, to help my other sisters, because they were really intense caregiving, I mean, they moved everything out of our living room, moved in a hospital bed, and the walkers and everything else and the ice bags and everything else to go with it. And I just kept thinking, okay, what can I do to connect? So I started laughter yoga, doing the self-care with my sister every morning at 8:30 in the morning. We were on different time zones, so we, got that all done and corrected. And it just helped her heal because laughter is such good medicine. And it set her day every day. And when we didn't meet, she couldn't get out of the gloom and gloom type thing. I mean, she really dwelled on herself more, like, oh, woe me, I had surgery and I can't walk, and all these perspectives. So my sisters couldn't, I mean, they look forward to having laughter yoga because it just got the momentum for the day. And you could just, by watching my sister do Zoom with me and back and forth, it just changed. Within 20 minutes of laughter yoga, she was in a different place every single time, and then she got so good at it. She's like, okay, let's get this going, little rhythm. And, you are my, this is a little hard on mine. So we finished up that. And then we got also into playing music. And she loved, and I had a iPad along with my laptop, and we would put music on. She'd pick music, and one of the favorite things was Mary Poppins song, to laugh. I love
to laugh.
So that got to me. And then she would pick another song and we would just do that. And then we, go through the gestures of laughing, clapping, stretching, so all those perspectives were good. So I believe my part in that caregiving for my sister was so beneficial because I saw it on a day-to-day basis, and it took her out of WOMI so much, and Ashley encouragement, and that connection was so good. And so we did it. We started in January, February, March, April, and not so much in May. She's back and working in that. But and I'm back here in Duluth. So if we get together, we just do our little session. But now I know as a nurse, more and more I want to provide this for long-term care. How important it is for healing, how important it is for our mental health, how important for those, to have that daily dose of dopamine, oxytocin, endorphins and serotonin, how important it is to move. We are water, we are liquid, we need to move. Our lymphatic system needs to move. And if we don't move it, it won't move. So we have to move, by standing up, by clapping, by just that child play. And I think that is the key, such a nice key to this format and modality of laughter yoga is the movement and just breathing and the meditation and giving us perspectives of our awareness in our own bodies and what we can do to make our bodies feel better, mentally, mind, body, and soul. I mean, it really does. There's just so many perspectives. And then by going down to Venice, I had met a lady that was like you, Sarah, a laughter yoga instructor before the COVID, 2 years ago. And so I met up with her again. Her name is Kathy, and she lives in Venice, Florida. And so I went through a weekend session with her again, with what I did with you, Sarah. But it was face to face and with other gals and stuff. So that really made me, and it again affirms my life and where I'm exactly where I need to be and what modalities and how I can use this in my life on a day-to-day basis. So, yeah.
Great. So if you were gonna explain to somebody in a couple sentences why they might want to consider either becoming a laughter yoga leader themselves or just practicing laughter yoga every day, what would you say to them? Why should they do it?
Laughter yoga can really help you live an extraordinary, ordinary life to the point that it comes to a different level of awareness. You become so much aware of your surroundings, because laughter yoga really is the mind, body, and soul piece of healing, of experience life, even more awareness of your surroundings, nature. I mean, I do laughter yoga and you go out and the nature is exploding. You see so many better things. This world is hard. It's hard to live. It's easy to die. So we just have to decide, we're going to get busy living or we're going to get busy dying. Shawshank Redemption, right? It really, and we have such a short life to live. And what does that mean to us? What does it mean to me? It means connection. It means connecting with family, friends, and just reaching out of your comfort zone. By taking your class. I reached out of my comfort zone by taking Kathy's class in Venice, Florida. It felt good again to do it, with other people. And so, so that's how I connect across the world. You can connect across the world, Kathy, just like you, Sarah, she has it on a daily basis. She's connecting with people in Japan. And they're sleepy, they connect with her because she's on 8:30 on Wednesday mornings. And, the people are going to do it before they go to bed.
Okay, let me ask you one other question. I know that you winter in Florida, and during COVID, you had some masks that said, "Have you laughed today?" And I wonder if you could just share a couple of minutes about what was that like for you wearing those masks, and what did you experience?
Well, I have the mask and I also have the t-shirt.
Oh, I forgot about the t-shirt.
Excellent. Because people read it, they stop, and sometimes I wait for them and they'll say, "Oh, I've laughed today," or don't say anything else. Like, well, have you laughed today? And then we can just go ha ha ho ho. And all you have to do is clap, raise your hands and clap and do a little laugh. It just opens up the world. It opens up to a kinder world. It opens up to people that really need hope and joy in their life. You know, we can all, you know, everybody looks for happiness. I look for the joy. I look for the joy in life and in people, because that's the inner part. That's the heart and soul of us, is the joy. Laughter, to me, laughter yoga brings you the joy that you need in your heart, and then you can spread it out. You know, I always think about, you know, I'm a German Irish Catholic, you know, and it was hard being that, because it, to the perspective that you were never good enough. You were never that way, and you know, get to heaven or whatever. But with that, and I'm just going to entwine it, because laughter yoga brings out the goodness. And yes, I am good enough. And people realize by just doing little exercises or connecting with people, they're realizing, wow, I'm good enough, and I can share this with somebody else. You know, if you do nothing more than clap, if you do nothing more than pick bananas for the day, you know, or be a monkey. But I have to say, when in Florida, I always do it outside in our lanai by the pool with my sister. And then I had company. We had company that came and went. Well, my oldest brother is 70 years old. And he's a very intelligent man, but he doesn't talk very much. It's always, and he points, you know, and we're always like, use your words. Well, he actually got involved in laughter yoga, because I always invite him, right? I'm doing it with my sister Jenny on Zoom. And I said, hey, I'm going to 8:30 laughter yoga. If you want to join in, you join it. And it's so funny, because everybody kind of set out to the side. Then if they're there about, you know, 3-4 days, then all of a sudden they're sitting outside with me and Jenny and Mike. He actually got involved. He actually got in a session with us and did the laughter with us. I mean, that just blew me out of the water. I've never seen. I mean, Mike laughs, but to actually participate in this.
Uh-huh.
And so we're driving them to the airport. My husband and I were driving them to the airport the day of their flight. And my sister-in-law, Susie, she loves all this stuff, and she loves laughter yoga. And I've gotten her, and I've sent her to your site and that, but she's a busy grandma and mom. But anyway, but she participated, and she said, you know, this was a great week. We had great food. We had great adventure. We went to the botanical gardens, and we did some walks, and we went to the beach and everything else. And she said, and we had laughter. And Mike says, Mike, one thing. He said, yeah, one of the best things of the week was laughter. And he said, ha, ha, oh, oh, ha.
That's great.
His wife and I are just laughing in the car. I'm turning around and tapping him, going, yeah, very good, very good. Yeah.
That's great. Oh, that's fantastic. Well, Jill, thank you so much for sharing all this with me. We will visit it again. I'm going to stop.